Have you ever, you've never ridden a Segway?
I've never ridden a Segway.
All right, let me fire up my Segway here. This is the original Segway, first made popular in 2001, I think, or 2002. It was Project Ginger. Remember, Dean Kamen?
Oh yeah, I remember. He went around and
this.
showed everybody.
And Bill Gates said it's going to change the way cities are built.
Yeah.
Steve Wozniak very famously became a big fan of these, and in fact, he brought them to the old screensavers. And this is the first time I ever rode one. He plays Segway polo. He actually has teams of polo players. He's got quite a few of them. It's pretty cool. It has it's electric. It will go up to 12.5 miles an hour.
Which is pretty fast, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a range of around, what does it have, Jerry? 20 miles, something like that? 25 miles. So we rode this to work. We can ride it to work. And once you use it a lot, you get very comfortable with it. It's very easy. You wouldn't, I don't think, have any trouble after about half an hour. It almost is natural. You lean forward, you go forward, you lean back, you go back. But the company has gone through some troubles.
Right.
The original company sold to a British investor who rode his Segway off a cliff. That didn't help.
No.
Okay, that didn't help. Bad PR. Then sold again to another investor who finally sold it to a company called Ninebot. And there's an interesting story there. Ninebot made Confederate, counterfeit Segways. Segway fought them for years, keeping them out of the United States. But if you went to Amazon and search for Segway, you could find a less expensive Ninebot. Not exactly the same, but close enough that a lot of people bought the Ninebots. Ninebot owns Segway now. So let's take a walk, because we're going to go see the newest. No, I got it. I can do this all day. I'm very comfortable on the Segway. Because we're going to talk now with the folks from Ninebot about the latest Segway. So let me introduce you, Aaron. This is Jerry White.
Hey, Jerry.
Director of Sales, Segway.com. Jerry, you do like law enforcement.
That's my primary focus for Segway, is the law enforcement security market.
There's a lot of them, not just Paul Blart Mall Cop,
right?
But I see him at every airport. Yes. You see him. Are actually police officers using these as well?
Globally.
Interesting.
And of course, we have too large to bring it, but we have our big three-wheel law enforcement model that is going in airports everywhere.
Wow. I'm starting to see those around, and that's as much not because of a balancing issue, but as to establish a presence, right? Like you can see these guys.
As you talked earlier, with all the bad things going on in the world.
Yeah.
People want to see that uniform presence. They want to feel safe, whether they go to a mall or whether they go to an airport. They don't want to experience what's happened in
and no matter how crowded it is, you can move around very easily, very quickly.
Well, and it's a lot less messy than riding a horse.
Yes.
Too.
Yes, there's no
I really don't want to ride a horse in the airport.
No road apples to clean up, and no vet bills.
Right.
So it's a much better idea.
Now, you worked at Segway before Ninebot.
Yes, I'm still Segway. Segway still run, all of our Segway products still run independently, still manufactured in New Hampshire.
Okay.
But our parent company is Ninebot.
Okay. This is the new Ninebot, not Segway.
Well, it's the Ninebot Mini by Segway.
Okay. And this is kind of a response to the hoverboard, right? Because the hoverboard's just...
To us, a hoverboard is a four-letter word. This is our response to a small personal transportation device.
Right.
A safe small transportation device.
Now, this Segway cost me $6,500. These are not cheap.
Yes.
How much is the Ninebot?
Well, it retails for $12.99.
It's a lot less expensive.
Right now on Amazon, it is $9.99.
Okay.
And coming up Amazon Prime Day, they're going to also include shipping as well.
A little more expensive than a hoverboard, but not so much more that you might turn your back on it. But is this going to blow up?
That's the big question, right?
As we all saw, there was 500,000 hoverboards.
Yeah. We have one at home. We won't let Michael plug it in.
Nothing from Segway or Ninebot has been part of any recall. Ours was the first vehicle legal in the United States under the new UL 2272 safety requirements. That you can leave it plugged in. It's got a smart charger. It'll turn itself off during charge and discharge. It won't ignite.
See, that's what I want to hear. Underwriter Labs approved.
And that's
none of the hoverboards
new federal standards, UL 2272, to import in the United States must meet that standard.
Okay.
Ours meet that standard.
Okay, so no fear of that. No. And you know, well-designed electronics have never, we all have lithium-ion batteries in our phones, in our laptops. They don't blow up because they have circuitry to prevent overcharging.
Yep.
But those cheap Chinese knockoff hoverboards did not.
Yeah, well, since this is a tech show, the difference is ours has BMS, or battery management system, on the cell level, that it can measure a cell that's too far charged and one that's not charged enough. The hoverboards don't have that.
Yeah.
So ours will balance and equalize the charge. Therefore, you don't have an overheated battery, and lithium batteries can be very volatile.
So the original Segways, we had these little keys.
Yes.
They looked like little pocket watches, and this is how I would turn it on. This is the lock. If I put this in my pocket, you can't drive off with my Segway. It tells you battery, speed, and stuff. But you know, we've come a long way since 2001. How do I control the Ninebot?
Well, first of all, when you buy a Ninebot, you have to have a smartphone because you have to download the app. You have to download a tutorial, and it goes through a tutorial for you to learn how to operate it.
By the way, I love this. So it won't go full speed until you've learned.
No, you must learn how before it releases you into the world.
I think that's really
good.
fantastic.
Yeah.
So I've just turned on my smartphone, and we'll connect. We'll connect with.
Is it Bluetooth?
It's Bluetooth.
Okay.
It's all Bluetooth enabled. So we now have our
show the
app.
camera over
we
your
now have
left
our
shoulder
app
there.
active.
Okay.
If the vehicle is operational, it will show me speed. It'll show me what the vehicle's doing.
Can you control the vehicle remotely?
Well, this is for the geek in all of us. We can go right here, and I can go and I can control it.
You can pilot it.
I can pilot it as a little autonomous.
I love that. Actually, we saw at CES a robot related to this, right?
Well, the robot, we're partnered with Intel. It will be out hopefully by the end of the year. It's the same platform at the bottom, but it has, instead of the lean steer, it has the autonomous robot. So if you have one of these, when the new one comes out, you can buy just the robotic version and plug it into place.
And it can bring me drinks.
Awesome. This would be so great for building a R2
Yeah,
D2, a full-size R2 D2, and you could use this.
So do you want to try it,
wheels.
or shall I? I have experience with the Segway. Maybe I better do it.
Should we show the folks the rest of the neat things on the
Yeah,
app?
please do, yeah.
We've got things we can control. I can go to the light settings, and I can control.
Look at these lights in the back.
I can pick any color or any combination of colors
pretty.
for the turn signals, brake lights,
love
things
that.
of that sort.
By the way, I love brake lights.
The app,
Yeah,
we can adjust the speed control. If you have a small child, you don't want them going as fast, we can control the speed, sensitivity of the
How
unit.
fast will this go?
It'll go 10 miles an hour and up to 15 miles on a charge.
So it's a little less than the big Segway, but not much.
And when we talk about lithium, we can look at any time and see the temperature of the batteries, the condition of the batteries. There's a full display that.
I mean, I think that's awesome that you guys have done all this work, because these are features that you typically see in high-end electric cars like the Leaf or the Tesla. And now you can have that actually for this. Is it heavy, by the way?
It's not that bad.
It weighs 22 pounds.
Can I pick it up?
Yes.
Yeah.
See if it's good.
Yeah, 22 pounds, not bad.
Oh,
That's a lot
no,
less.
just
You
kidding.
wouldn't
It's
want to
not that
pick up
bad.
one of these the Segways. All right, I'm going
Did
to
it
try
know that I
it.
picked it up?
Okay.
It
It knows
beeped.
you picked up. Did you know?
Yeah, it
if you
beeped
pick
that.
it up, it's not going to work.
turns off.
The nice part, let's say you're
So you're not going to catch a lot of air.
Let's say here you're going on BART. I don't have to pick it up. I can take and lift this up, and I can walk it
can
onto
walk
the
it
train.
in.
I
That's
can walk
great.
it someplace.
It's much more compact than
Yeah,
the original
definitely.
Segway. I also notice it's self-balancing.
Well, it's turned on right now, and it'll self-balance itself
So it just stands there
until I
like that.
turn it off, and then it'll lay down.
Okay.
So
I wish ours did that. I
Yeah.
thought that was a nice feature. They used to do that.
we
All right,
gave
so
you a
now how
little
do
tutorial before.
Yeah, show me how to do this.
Well, first of all, I'll show you real quickly.
Okay.
I'm just going to step on one platform, and I'm going to step straight up in the air.
Okay.
Once I'm on the vehicle,
and you're steering with your thighs.
I'm steering
or
with
your
my knees. And that's adjustable for the height of the rider.
Okay, so you want to have that at your knees.
Yes.
All right. We're about
So
the
just
same
put
height.
one
so
foot
just
on
as
and
if
step
I'm getting on
straight up in the air.
Just
step
straight
straight
up.
up.
Don't lean.
Don't lean. There
Whoa.
you go. Now you adjust
Okay.
your little foot,
Okay.
just like a pro.
So this is easy. And now if I lean a little bit backwards, I'm going backwards. I can, and I'd steer by, this is not so hard. Look at that.
And people behind you will notice if you turn left or right, you actually have turn signals left and right. If you put the brakes, if you stopped or lean back, you have brake lights that come
That's
on.
actually a really good idea.
Yeah, that is.
This is surprisingly, I would like to have the thing that I hold. I mean, I know it doesn't do anything on the,
Well, it's a feeling of security.
it's a feeling of security.
Pretend you have an invisible one. So
Yeah, okay.
if you're riding, you're just steering with your knees.
This is pretty cool.
Now,
I'm not sure I'd want to go full speed. I guess once you get used to it.
Now-
Just like a regular Segway. It only takes about half an hour on a regular Segway, and you feel like, I can use this.
Well, I love the fact that you have a training mode, basically. Because,
That's a great
now
option.
I mean,
also,
that's,
if you hold that,
Yeah?
that's going to show you direction of travel. It's going to show you how much distance left, and that will actually show you speed. So,
Oh.
of course, you probably want to pay attention to what you're doing, but
Or I could play Pokemon Go.
yes.
This would be the ideal Pokemon
Now, this
Go.
would be the speed version of Pokemon Go. Just
Yeah.
think how quickly you can capture the
Yeah,
Pokemon.
I can move around a lot. This is awesome. $9.99 right now on Amazon, $12.99 list.
And
Is
Amazon Prime is coming up on the 12th.
Oh, good. So you
Prime
get
Day.
second day delivery. And is it in stock, or you get?
Yes, absolutely.
It feels much safer than a hoverboard. We have a hoverboard. That you steer with your toes.
Well,
your feet.
with your heels.
Yeah.
You have hard rubber tires on hoverboard. This has pneumatic tires, so you can go over bumps and hit objects, and it's not going to throw you off.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, because that was the.
I'm feeling pretty comfortable.
Besides all the battery stuff, right?
It's a little strange. I mean, whoa. And then that's another thing that I like over the Segway. If you do that on a Segway, you're going to get some strange experiences. But this, it just stayed there.
Yes.
I just hopped off. Wow, that is cool. Now, what is that? Here, I'll give you your phone.
This is the Ninebot One E Plus.
It looks like a Roomba. Can I ride this around?
Well, here's the thing. The older we get, the longer the learning curve.
Yeah.
This is for the millennials.
Do we have any millennials?
That's why I don't ride it.
Oh, yeah, this looks dangerous.
The learning curve on this is longer because the balance leans forward and back for the speed of the vehicle, but until you get speed going, centrifugal force is what keeps it upright.
Okay.
But once you're good at it, this will do 13 miles an hour, and it's a lot of fun.
It's like learning to ride a unicycle.
Yeah, that's
we've got a brand ambassador for us. It's a world-class BMX rider. We turn him loose with one of these. He sends video back at the end of the day. He's jumping up in the air, spinning around.
Is this him? He's crazy. He's nuts.
That's one of the guys. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
What?
But they're young and they're dumb and What are the laws regarding? Let's talk about the Ninebot, riding that around.
Well, here's the good part. All the Segway products are not considered a vehicle. They're considered a personal mobility device. They're all completely,
not even a bicycle.
No. In fact, in California, there's a law specific to Segway.
Yeah.
Two-wheel balancing. So it doesn't fall into those classifications. Doesn't require licensing. Doesn't require.
Do I ride on the street or the sidewalk?
You can ride wherever you want, but if there's a sidewalk, I'd ride on it because several thousand.
It's not illegal to ride it on the sidewalk.
No, it is not. Okay. Just like Segway is not illegal to ride on the sidewalk.
Right.
Some cities have municipal codes to.
Yeah, it varies. I know that.
Yeah.
For instance, we called because I wanted to ride our Segways over the Golden Gate Bridge. They said, only if you're in a tour group. You can't do it as an individual on the Golden Gate Bridge. And that's because there's so much foot traffic there. They don't want somebody to run into people and roll
We
over
found
their toes.
throughout the U.S. especially, places where there are tours that the tour operators are responsible, there's no problems.
Yeah.
Some places where you've had tour operators, people running it, then
San Francisco has
rules
plenty of Segway tours.
Yes, they do.
All over the place.
And Lisa and I, because we love our Segways, we've noted all around the world. There are places you can rent a Segway, and you can. It's actually a great way to see a city.
I was in Prague last year, and there was, I think, 3 or 4 different tour operators that were running Segway tours.
Especially an old city like Prague, where on foot is the best way to see it.
Yep.
But that's a lot of walking, and it's a perfect compromise.
One of the best tours, take the nighttime tour of Washington, D.C. The monuments at night in the summer is a whole lot different than it is
Let's do it, Lisa.
daytime.
That sounds like that'll be a lot of fun.
Because you're riding down the bike lane in
that'd be really fun.
Pennsylvania Avenue,
Look at this.
and the lights on the monuments in the summertime with the good weather. It's a great.
There's
and less
Anthony
people to bump
Nielsen, our
into,
editor, doing that. He's good. One of our producers and editors.
Whoa.
Hey, Anthony's good.
Anthony.
He's a little crazy, though. He's a crazy man. And Alex, you were doing a great job. Wait a minute, Lisa, you didn't tell me you tried it.
Of course.
What do you think?
I like my handlebars.
I like my handlebars, too. Yeah.
That was the very first time she jumped on. And then she wanted to play airplane. She had her arms out there to get.
It's weird because you don't need to use your hands for anything in particular. So that's cool. So there you go. Ninebot, obviously a good steward of the Segway brand. I'm happy to see that.
Yes, it's a very good partnership.
And you're going to continue to make the traditional Segways as well.
Our two, the Segway PT, both the big wheeled one, the XT, the X2, and this one, as well as our 3-wheel law enforcement vehicles, are all made in Bedford, New Hampshire.
Same place as always.
Same place as always.
Yep.
Same factory. Same place Dean built.
Yep. I have to say, while it is pricey, I love getting around. We can go into town. We can go ride around. The other day, Lisa and her son went to pick blackberries on the Segway.
Nice.
It was great.
Nice.
And we have a nice blackberry pie as a result.
Love that.
Shouldn't be eating blackberry pie, but they're very nice. The Ninebot One E Plus, that's the one wheel. You got to be a young person to try that.
Yes.
The Ninebot, this is called the Ninebot miniPRO.
By Segway. Yes.
By Segway. The Segway miniPRO. And this is available now
on Amazon.
On Amazon, but you might want to wait a few days because Amazon Prime is coming.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
And it's available 2 colors, black or white.
Oh.
So I brought the black one, but There's 2 colors.
And how much would the robotic attachment cost?
We're not sure.
Okay.
It's going to be quite reasonable for an autonomous robot, but the nice part is instead of waiting until that comes out, when it comes out, for convenience and for storage also,
Oh my gosh!
nice.
Look at
this
that.
comes off. So when that robot comes out, that's just going to plug into place.
That's one of the cool things about this is you could throw this in the back of your car easy.
And one
it's
other
not
thing,
heavy, small.
for the height of the person,
Just that.
this is adjustable for riding with your.
I have to say, I felt very secure on that. I mean, I've ridden the Segway for a lot, but I felt very secure on that. It was a lot of fun. And there's the robot. What kind of capabilities will the robot have besides blinking?
Well, the robot, it's got a series of cameras that allow it to map a house.
Wow.
It'll follow you around. It does recognition, not GPS recognition, but it will do recognition of you, and you can have it follow you around.
No hands, though, right? It can't give you anything or
No.
pick up.
Well, no, there is an attachment.
There are going to be
also-
hands,
oh, yes.
too?
Really?
Ah.
Wow.
So it's.
I could send it to the store for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go
Look
get
at, and there's
the
the camera.
can of green beans out of the pantry.
Bring me a beer, Ninebot.
As it was so impressive. CES last year in Vegas, we finished in the top 3 out of 10,000 new products.
Yeah, it was a big
robotic
story.
version.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jerry White, Director of Sales at Segway.com. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
for letting us show
Really
us the new
excited.
products.
Nice to meet you, Jerry. It's
I've been
cool.
excited. We knew this was coming, and I couldn't wait. I really wanted to try riding it. It looks like everybody got a chance to, too.